Okay, back here in New York, I'm Christine Corrado. With me right now is Mark Smith, Executive Chairman and CEO at NioCorp Developments. Mark, how are you?
Very well, and it's great to be back. Thank you, Christine.
Mark, I'd love to get a little bit of an introduction into the project that you're working on right now, Elk Creek out of Nebraska. Tell me a bit about what you're hoping to produce there.
Well, we've got three products that we'll produce from what we consider to be an outstanding resource and one that we've been working on to drill and really define over the last 4 to 5 years. We've got three products that will be coming out of there. The primary product in my mind has always been niobium, and it still is niobium. We will also be producing scandium, and we'll be producing titanium. All three of which, I might add, are critical and strategic minerals for the United States.
Yeah, can you add some more color to that and talk more about what the demand is for these kind of minerals and where they can be used?
Yeah, the demand is really what catches our attention more than anything else. Niobium has been growing in demand 4 to 6% annually, although 2019 it probably was up over 10% in demand growth. So it is really an amazing element that makes steel lighter and stronger. I mean, you add niobium to steel and it does amazing things with the grain refinement process that it goes through. The use of rebar in particular has really caused the demand for niobium to go up because we want stronger rebar. So that's our first element. Second one is scandium. Scandium does for aluminum what niobium does for steel. It makes it stronger, it makes it lighter. Again, it's a grain refinement alloying agent, and it makes that aluminum stronger, lighter, and it makes it weldable. So the demand there is a latent demand. It's one that we're very excited about because the latent demand is because there's very little production of that element right now. There's about 5 to 10 tons a year that is produced around the entire world. NioCorp will be producing 100 tons of that material per year. Now, all these latent demand sources, the airline industry, the automobile industry, the solid oxide fuel cells, they can actually consider the technologies that they've developed for multiple years and decades because that element will actually be available to alloy into the aluminum or whatever the case may be. And then finally, titanium, which is very well known, very broadly distributed and sold element across the world. And what's really fascinating to us at NioCorp is the fact that 100% of the niobium used in the United States today is imported. 100% of the scandium that's used in the United States today is imported. And about 90% of the titanium used in the United States today is also imported. So this project has a very direct, relevant point to the fact that we've got all of these supply chains that people are now becoming aware of, and you can't depend on one nation for anything anymore. So we're putting ourselves in the United States in a really nice position going forward.
Well, what stage are you at right now in terms of actually constructing the mine?
We have been in a de-risking mode on this project. That's what I like to call it. We've got the feasibility study completely done. That includes all of the resource, drilling and definition work. We've got all of the metallurgical work done. We've got all of the social permitting sides pretty well behind us at this point as well. The point that we are right now is there's kind of two things that are on our plate and we continue to work on even today. One is the state air permit that we do need. Happy to report that draft air permit is out for public comment right now. So the state of Nebraska has not stopped working during the coronavirus epidemic that we're going through, or pandemic that we're going through right now. That's moving forward. And then the second part is financing. That effort is continuing as well, but obviously everything has been impacted by the coronavirus in terms of time and how fast anything's going to move.
I know that you did recently also secure a letter of intent in place with a large steel producer. What's kind of the status on that?
Well, we just announced that letter of intent, and so the next step will be to convert that into an actual offtake agreement or offtake contract that is enforceable. We have 75% of our niobium already in enforceable offtake agreements. This last 25%, which is now in a letter of intent stage, we will work to get into a final contract. That will be 100% of our expected niobium production under offtake agreements that are enforceable.
And just shifting gears here, the company recently announced that it upgraded to the OTCQX. Can you kind of talk about how this has been beneficial to your shareholders?
I think it's been outstanding, and we really enjoy being on both the TSX and the OTC. The liquidity has gone up tremendously for the company. We sell and trade as many shares on the OTC as we do on the TSX almost every single day. So it's, by having that dual listing, we've kind of doubled our liquidity, which is a very good thing for our shareholders.
Well, Mark, it was definitely great to catch up. Looking forward to seeing what advancements you make in the next few months. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Christine. It's been a pleasure.